My name is Joanne Fowler. I'm the daughter of Frank Foster. This is another recording that I'm going to be playing of his harrowing end of his life at Tunbridge Wells Hospital. In this particular recording, you will clearly hear the nurse saying that my dad didn't have to be like this. It wasn't necessary, this suffering. This you will hear at the end of the video, the recording. It's quite important that the recording is listened from beginning to end. There's quite a lot to pick up in it. You'll also hear my Uncle Laurie, who in the report the nurse is accused of putting wet towels all over my father. As you will hear, my Uncle Laurie, the gentlest, kindest man, was actually mopping my father's brow with a damp cloth. You know, he was nursing him basically, trying to ease his discomfort. There was no wet towels thrown over his body. There was no digging in the ribs of the nurses that she said that he did. It just did not happen. Anyway, this is another recording, so please listen to it. Again, I'm sorry that it is so harrowing. David Cameron, I don't know if you've seen this yet, but one day you will. And this recording is another recording of my father. Again, it's harrowing, but this is happening in your country, my country, the country that my father fought for. This is going on in hospitals up and down the country that you run, and I expect you to do something about it. I really, really expect you to do something about it. I have evidence here. My father screaming. Look at your children, look at your wife, look at your friends, look at your father, your mother. What would you do if that was your relative, somebody you loved? How would you react? What would you do? I mean, it's just your worst nightmare. My darling father, 93 years old, blind and deaf. Shut your eyes. Imagine you're blind. Hold something over your ears and imagine you're deaf. And then imagine to be thrown into hell, the most agonising pain that you can ever imagine in your entire life. My dad's pain was like that. His pain was like that. Where it should have been like that. Like that. Unforgivable. And I expect you to listen to my recording. One day, my dad's suffering has to change the law. It has to help with assisted dying. And it's in your hands, okay? Please, public, sign my campaign. Just sign. I need all the support I can get. It could be your loved one next. Thank you so much for listening. And please listen to the recording. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this recording. It is of my father, Frank Foster. My name is Joanne Fowler. I witnessed a horrendous weekend with my father where he was suffering the most horrendous, barbaric pain that I could ever imagine anybody suffering. He was 93 years old and he was blind and deaf. The hospital found no neglect of my father. It is for that reason David Cameron will know my name. My father's horrendous screams will be heard in Parliament one day to help with the assisted dying bill. If the hospital think nothing was wrong with my dad's treatment, then this is normal practice in the hospitals of England. Please help me, sign my campaign, get my dad's voice heard, my dad's horror heard, the most gentlest, selfless, bravest man that I have ever known. I was lucky enough that he was my father, and I beg you from the bottom of my heart, please sign my campaign. Thank you, and thank you for listening to this harrowing recording.